Let me not do that. Let me do this. It's not there anymore. Thought so. Let's scroll all the way up. Where is it at? There it is. I trust that this is going to be what I need. Everything except for that last bit. Alright. Alrighty. Welcome in. When you all get in, I should probably do this as well. Because people want me to do this. So I'll do this. Do I have like a... I need to make an announcement channel for this server if I'm going to be doing this. Did I put a space? I did put a space. Awesome. Alright. There we go. I'll have to do the other stuff. And remember to make notes of that actually, so I know what to do. Welcome in. How are we? How are we? Keep you there. Yeah, I've just been on a little break. I've just been relaxing. Oh my goodness. Hopefully everyone's been doing well. Lots and lots and lots of clearing. So I can't really complain on my end. Would it be good? I feel that. It's been that way definitely for me. Just looking deeper into things, and then also keeping in mind that not everything is going to be fleshed out in full immediately. That the journey of growth implies that you're willing to grow internally and externally at all points. Though it's like, it's not even that I disagree, it's just you tend to forget. And I've just been in a very forgetful mood. But let's see here. Let's jump into the collective reading first, and then we'll get to 2 card pulls. And we'll see what's popping up. And then we'll, you know how it is. You know the drill. Very deep time, very much. Yeah, it has been for sure. It has been for sure. It's been really good though. It hasn't been anything rough. It's just been cycles of I should have done this earlier. I should have just thought about doing this sooner. Things of that nature. And just having that patience and understanding of like why it took so long for certain things to come across and why other things didn't take as long. Anyway. First card, speaking about that whole thing was so funny. Nine of Wands reverse. If you've been getting okay, because I've been noticing a lot of people have been getting like headaches and migraines recently as well. The Nine of Wands does talk about like a challenge that is, you know, giving headaches. It's holding back on the ideas that you should be doing, and then being overwhelmed. Right now is definitely a time if you are feeling overwhelmed, just take a step back, and if you're not feeling overwhelmed, good job, you're keeping up. And what I mean by keeping up, it's not to say that anyone's falling behind or anything, but for the for like how the energy's been going, Schumann resonance, planets, and everything, it's a time of just letting things go. Like it's a grand release. I'm gonna say that, just because, but it's a lot of releasing controls, a lot of releasing old patterns, a lot of releasing things in the past, or even completing things in the past. With it being a nine, with completion, it can even be about completing things in the past, thinking back to old ideas that you had, and not necessarily completing them immediately, but taking the first step. Make sure you're not taking the first step on too many things at once, so you don't trip and fall over them all. But for the main purpose and for the time being, it's definitely a time for past choices to be revisited and reevaluated. And for the reevaluation part, it's more of ideas that you were faced with or things you knew you should have done in the past that held sustainability in it. Something that was going to actually help you in the long run that you're just now getting completed. And it wasn't because you weren't able to in the past, or you know, or anything of that nature. It's you didn't have the learning, the nurturing, the care, the receptivity needed for it. It might not have went as smoothly as you thought in the past. You know, you might want to think in present time that, oh, I could have done these things in the past. Not so much. You're different. You're a completely different individual than you were in the past. So it's not that you missed a beat. It's more of you're catching back up to what you need to do. It's not that you didn't know what you needed to do. It's just there was something deep inside of you that knew you weren't 1000% ready for these next steps that you're taking now. And it's just really taking your time with it, not rushing past it. Yeah, with the Seven of Swords, even past thoughts, past ideas. It's just the past energy that you've been waiting on doing or coming to full fruition. At this time, though, if you aren't already in the form and the energy of allowing the divine to move things forward ahead of you without overthinking or over contemplating yeah, that's the word, overcomplicating. Overcomplicating different plans, different ways of, your thought patterns, and how really now, okay, don't do things. I can't talk right now. Hold on. If you've been in the energy of not overcomplicating your thoughts, you're on a really good path right now. Thank you, Mercury retrograde. Goodness gracious. But if you are on this thinking back and forth pattern, be sure to always know that the divine is going to have some form of help for you, whether it's on the physical, spiritual, or however. Just allow yourself to really. I really am, Daniel. I am excited. I just got out of like one of the best cleansing baths ever, and I just immediately felt like inspired to jump on. So I'm dealing with a lot of energy right now. I'm trying to keep it like contained for the time being. But anyway, definitely allow the divine to walk with your thoughts instead of jumping forth towards anything. Um, this is definitely a time for having spirit, the inspiration in spirit ion, spirit being and energy, right? Spirit being and not only just energy in general, but in your energy, allowing spirit to move you where you need to belong at this time. So really just wait. If you're having thoughts of, oh, this isn't going to work, that's not going to work, all these things, wait. Just wait, because this is that trip up energy. This is that doubt, that fear, that second guessing that might be coming in. If you're not struggling with that, can like good. But if you are in the struggle with it, if you're still in that battle with those types of thinkings, figure out why. Figure out why, and you know why deep down inside. and you might even know immediately, but it's about remembering why that's happening so that you're not following down that path. You can start that path at any time, but it's important to make sure that you stop, to give yourself that waiting period of saying, is this really what I'm desiring to do, or is this what I'm not desiring to do? Again, with the Queen of Swords, this is helping you get more mastery over your thoughts, get more nurturing from your thoughts, I should really say, instead of mastery. But get more nurturing from your thoughts so you're able to truly manifest. It's not about destroying the rational mind. It's not about destroying the ego. It's about getting them to see the other side of things. Instead of being so one-weight about things, it's now giving you that boost, that benefit. And this is just what that's taking you through. If you've been feeling if you've been getting a bunch of like compliments or like pep ups recently, this is definitely an external validation point that's coming from the internal works that you've been doing to show you that you're on the right path. If you've had people come around you and say that we're not going to let you fall, you have people that believe in you, all these things, that's not just being said for no reason. That's this internal work that you've been doing, whether noticingly or not, that's being shown to you on the external. You've risen that vibration internally to its point to where it can start going on, manifesting on the physical. Not to say that there's like a limiter to that, but it takes time for the physical to catch up. And this is what's happening now, is it's showing you what you've been doing with baby steps. So continue to walk. All these other external projections coming towards you, no matter how they are pushing you further and further towards what you're desiring. So just allow your thoughts to like nurture you at this time. Allow your mind to be above the clouds. Sit above the clouds. You don't need to be inside those clouds. You don't need to be inside that illusion, that confusion, inside of the amalgamation of things. You need to sit above it to see where you're trying to truly go. Regardless, this is just more of you giving to yourself. And it's not even that, but it's the physical that's giving to you. In a spiritual sense, you might even be getting heightened spiritual senses. You know, you might have been going off the charts, seeing through things deeply, and just going back and forth with, do I want this or do I not want this, because I see this but I also see that, and you know what I mean, like going back and forth between what the physical is showing you, but in a more spiritual sense instead of a physical sense. Instead of being like, oh, I can't do this because X, Y, and Z, it's now more of a question of, do I desire to do this because it's going to be something that's going to benefit me in this moment? Do I want to continue? Do I want to start a path, not even continue, but do I want to start a path that's going to lead me down confusion and beating myself up and feeling like I can't do this and lack and all sorts of things that I'm trying to stray away from? Or am I willing to take that step, take that trusting movement towards something that's actually going to gratify me and bring me to a point of stability that's going to like nurture me? And that's what's going on right now with this Five of Wands popping out in reverse. Be aware, and that's so interesting how it's the Nine of Wands and the Five of Wands. These are usually your conflict cards in the Wands, but they're both in reverse. So it's really saying that, again, this is just showing you where you used to lose to the physical. This test of Saturn is getting old for this new version of you. This test that you've gone through for so long is changed up to the point where you can actually kind of see what's going on. The fear, you're seeing where that fear is residing at. You're doing that chakra work that's helping you stabilize it. You're doing the shadow work, the root work. Whatever you're doing is causing you to see this deeper meaning of things. This the battles that you used to lose. And it's coming back. This Mercury retrograde is really definitely about that, especially with Venus, because the more that this retrograde energy is staying in, the more it's becoming apparent of, what have you not really nurtured about yourself? What have you said that you've been working on, and have you actually been working on it? You know, this is that big push, that big test, where you're needing to really see, like, where in the past you might have fell short, where in the past you failed this test. Even though in the past you might have thought you passed it, you're realizing now that you failed the test, or you misplaced certain things, or you got a few of the answers wrong, or however, right? And you're just going back and reliving that. Not in the sense to like betray you, because it doesn't seem like it's like a painful time. It's just exhaustion. It's repeating patterns that are getting not annoying, but they're getting very familiar to the past. And again, with the Devil coming out, another card about Saturn, being bound to Saturn's box, Saturn's rulings. You're no longer being bound to things, but you're seeing what had you bound. You might even be seeing cycles in your past that you're continuing now, and seeing how they did keep you bound. and finding a new workaway around it rather than just allowing it to keep you in one stagnant place. And being bound, this could be being bound to doing too much work, being bound to too much procrastination. Too much of anything is going to be a poison to you, right? So it's just really showing you what your indulgences are, what's really allowed your five senses to kind of rule you, rather than the true divine sense, the sixth sense, right? And if you are in this struggle where you're not really making it past the the test of Saturn, where um, you can't unbind yourself from certain situations or thought patterns. Don't allow yourself to be your saboteur at this time, because with the Ten of Swords, that's very much a plausible thing, and it's only going to lead you down this path longer. That doesn't mean you're going to stay stuck, but wherever you go, this test is just going to continuously follow and get worse and worse. So really take time and take efforts into stopping this cycle now, and to really pausing what's happening now. Um, for others, this is just showing you where you did self sabotage, showing you where you didn't have enough belief in yourself, enough belief in God, or whoever it may be. It's just showing you the lack that you had, and it's this lack that comes from the past mentality of, oh well, I never had anyone like this, or people in the past didn't do these things, but now you're in this energy where people are, and will. And you might even be thinking back in the past where some people lended out their hand to try and help you with certain things like that, but you were reluctant to do so out of fear. But again, it's just showing you the growth that you've gone through. So don't allow it to like perturb you, but allow yourself to kind of like sit in it and be like, yeah, this did happen, that did happen. Bring things closer to this reality point of what's going on, instead of pointing fingers and being in that blaming energy. And not even just in a blaming energy, but in the energy of like pointing fingers or seeing things only from an external point of view. Again, this is leading you to your new leap, this new step, this new branch of life. This life that you've been wanting to have and trying to manifest is happening for you. It's currently in front of you. You just had to make a certain choice. And you are either now in the process of making this choice, or you've already made this choice to. I can't tell you what that choice is. I'm not going to act like I can. That choice is an interpersonal choice between you and the receptivity between your heart and your mind at that point, and seeing what you're desiring to do, showing you the path that you've been wanting to go down, but the choices that you've made to keep you from that path. This might even be a fear that you had in the past of like giving yourself some slack, or giving yourself some resistance to things, and then and then it's coming back again now to let you go through those cycles again. Um, but at this point, it's like, sorry, I got distracted by chat there for a second. I'm not gonna lie, but at this point of seeing all these things, it's showing you like that there was no need to be fear. It's showing you how that fear manifested the lack within that reality. This could just be like a workaholic mindset, where you're always working, 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 and you're afraid to take a break because you're afraid of things falling, and that fear of things falling apart ate you up to the point of it manifesting on the physical. If that's happening to you now, where you're taking more breaks again, it's showing you how that fear never needed to exist in the first place. It's showing how that fear came from a subconscious way of being. Even if you were telling yourself on the physical, there was still this inner disbelief. Or this could even be you like feeling like you're not able to do something, not having the skills applicable for it, or however, all these other things. It's just showing you this opposite spectrum of it, of no, you could, you always were able to, you just didn't have the right mindset. There wasn't a plan, there wasn't the right environment, there wasn't the right energy from you to show you this. And again, it's showing you like you've always I can't even make it up with the chariot. You've had the keys this whole time, you've been able to take those steps this whole time. You just needed to know. You just needed to learn some things. You just needed to go through certain experiences. You needed that external support. You needed something else to like guide you through. And that's not bad. But now, since all these things are happening around you, the camera and the focus is now back on you. Are you going to make those steps? Are you going to move through now, knowing, seeing, and being in that supportive energy, to take the next steps? Are you able to do so now, or do you still need some lessons to be learned? Either way is perfectly fine. You know, you're going to live your life, you're going to learn your lessons the way that you need to, of course. But just know that you have the keys to walk to that next level. Allow yourself to move to that next level. Allow yourself to use your mind in the correct way, to not manifest things that are going to hold you back or cause discernment issues, but to move you forward in such a way of keeping you in a balanced state, not allowing you to just jump the gun and say, well, if this person is giving this energy off, that means that it's bad, and seeing it more of the place of, well, if they're sending that energy, quote unquote, and I'm seeing it that way, why am I seeing it that way? From what standpoint am I seeing this from? From what angle am I seeing it from? From who am I comparing this to? What am I comparing this to? And not allowing that to eat you up, but to show you like the path that you're trying to go on. With the Empress, even, it's showing you the fertility, the vitality around you, what you've worked up, what you've built from this heart space, from that feminine side of you, from that part of you that's almost afraid, that was almost afraid to pop out, is now showing more of itself. This might even just be like, you know that you're a talkative person, you know that you're like an extrovert secretly, but you stay introverted for certain reasons. It's popping you out of that introverted shell around the people that you know will be there for you, so that you're no longer closed in even towards those that are willing and wanting to help, right? It's that receptivity that's opening up. You're learning to receive again, and not just receive what you're desiring from a rational mind point, but receiving everything that's coming along to you on all branches of life, so that you don't like miss a beat or miss an opportunity, or miss something that you're needing. The Four of Swords, again, just getting more mental rest, allowing yourself to relax. Time is always going to do its thing, and the world is always going to do its other thing. You're just in between both of them just to experience what is going on. So giving yourself that rest, no matter if you are on one side or the other, whether you're still learning these lessons or you've already passed them, or you're going through them and you're just in this waiting period, just allow yourself to rest. Do what you're desiring to do. Don't jump the gun. Don't feel like you like need to do it immediately. The divine has its way. Things are going to align in ways that are always going to be perfect. You're just needing to lean into that more. And again, it's just talking to yourself, nurturing yourself, babying yourself. I literally got a notification this rising that said, you're your baby today. And I was like, what does that mean? And I didn't they don't explain what it means on the notifications that I get. They just said it. So I sat down and I was like, what does it mean to be my own baby? It was like, well, that means I have to be in that motherly energy, that nurturing energy. What do I need to do for myself to allow myself that comfort, to allow myself that pleasure that I've been needing? And not in the sense of an overindulgence, but in the sense of just balancing out the scale, so I'm not doing just one thing without any form of like actual reward, not allowing myself to be in one state and being frozen in it. So really allow yourself to be that mother, be the baby today if you need to, or whenever this is. Just remind yourself that you need to be in that energy of receptivity, that energy of nurturing yourself on that inner self, because it's about this inner child. It's either the inner child or like just this repressed part of you that's trying to pop out more. And you're just being in more of that energy. You're just being more open to allowing things around you to support you, rather than being in that fear-based mindset of everything's out to hurt me, or I can't trust things because I don't know. It's about really just trusting your intuition and moving forward. Your intuition might even be getting sharper at this time as well, especially with the Page of Cups. You're just learning how to listen to your body more. You're learning who you are more, and you're learning like how you respond to other people, other people's energy, other energies more, because you've been in this limbo state, you've been in this isolation state, you've been in this state where you've been very observatory, internally, externally. You're now seeing why things make you feel this way. Now you're moving certain ways, not taking on someone's like, oh, someone's having a bad day, is it because of me? Why would it be because of you? They just now seen you. Why would it because of, it's not because of you. It's because something they already went through before they seen you. They might just be exuding that energy still because they're still working through that themselves. You know what I mean? All these things. It's like you're taking less blame for things. You're leaving that scapegoating energy where you were the scapegoat for things. You're no longer blaming yourself for interactions that you've had for maybe a 3-second interaction and thinking that it's your fault for it. You know what I mean? It's that separation point. So allowing yourself to just be in that energy, and seeing things for what's really going on, seeing things as it's not you. The world revolves around you, and just because someone's having a bad day around you or having an attitude around you doesn't mean it's because of you. It's them. They've gravitated towards you because there's something inside of you that needs to see that point, needs to heal from that point, and not to take it as personally. Again, Queen of Pentacles, the external, the physical is nurturing you. Time and matter is trying to nurture you. It's starting off as this invisible force, though. This internal work is just being projected outwards. Listen to the higher self. This could even be something that you've been doing, listening to the higher self, reading the realm more. You're seeing the signs. The signs aren't just angel numbers and stuff. The signs are everything and everyone. God is in all things, and it's just seeing that and allowing yourself to just read it, listening to what's being said, not holding a judgment or a grudge or a grip on anything, and just allowing it to be. Working through it on your internal self if you have to, but getting to that point of it not affecting you at all is what's happening. Maybe in the past you really allowed those things to affect you with strength coming out reverse. It's about this mental strengthening. It's really just about taming that rational mind, not seeing yourself as part of trouble. That's so funny. The song I'm listening to right now is called Respect Worthy. That's hilarious. Anyway, it really is. It's about like showing yourself like respect, but at the end of the day, it's really seeing where you fit in the puzzle that you just left. Like you were just in the wrong piece. You were in the wrong area. You were in the wrong element. And now that you stepped away from it, these things are just showing you where you actually were. What were you actually doing? And again, this hidden knowledge, the rules of the realm, reading the rules of your own life, the realm around you, the secrets, the mysticism, the hidden, which is just mystics, it just means hidden, is showing you everything that's hidden. And with two, it's connecting it. It's connecting it. You're seeing the actual actions, the masculine energy that's being produced. From what's being hidden, from what was hidden within you, from these past traumas, from however this is for you, it's showing you the full truth of it. It's allowing you to sit in between both and truly just be the judge, not of the external, but of the internal. Is this going to make me do one thing or the other? It's going to make me do neither. I don't want to have to choose between two options in a world full of infinite results. Let me be the judge of how I'm going to react, rather than letting the past, not allowing the experiences that I've gone through dictate where I'm going to move next. Because where I can move next doesn't depend on those past boundaries anymore. They're in the past, they're way gone. That's this new mentality that's being focused on. It's being worked on. It's a lot of work, but it's like you've been due diligent in it. You haven't given up on it. Even on the days where you've been like, I don't know if I'm working on it or not. Even if you're not consciously working on it, it's something that is a deep desire, something that the soul has awakened itself to, that's allowing that progress to work. And even if you're not working on it consciously and actively, there's going to be something on the physical that's going to be very proactive to letting you work on that, to showing you the switch that you've made. Then again, with the Mooniverse, it's no longer subconscious. It's a very conscious, very known thing at this time. It's not trying to hide from you anymore. It's not trying to push past you anymore. It's showing you strictly what it is and what it's trying to do for you so you can move forward. And as well, leaving the energy of feeling like as if you owe someone something as well. It's moving past that energy. I don't want to pull too many of these. I'm feeling called. I'll pull like 3. Because I'm not feeling too much with the Shadow Tarot, but we can pull a few. But it's really just, it's a very calming energy. Like, the energy for the past few days have been very, very unique, to say the least. I've had very interesting risings They haven't been bad. They've been very peaceful. Like, of course, we all know we have a choice, but for me personally, the past like 3 days have felt like I genuinely have a choice. Like it was a true blank slate for a few days. I really did not know, like, what to do, and it wasn't even like a mind thing where oh, I don't know what to do. Let me overthink. It was just simply I opened my eyes and it was just this peace, and I was like, well, what do I want to do today? Well, nothing, because nothing's really came to my mind, so I'm not gonna overthink it and then try and plan things to do. I'll let those plans come as they need. It's that relaxation, it's that receptivity. Really, that's the true feminine energy as well, is really just waking up in those states, really seeing like the choice not being defined by yesterday, but truly having a clean slate every time you open your eyelids, I should say. But regardless, we'll get like 3 cards in the shadow. I wasn't feeling too much. We'll get the bottom to split and the top, and we'll see what comes out. But that's just kind of the energy. It's like a reset. And again, you want to pop out again. I'm not even surprised. But again, it's about the feminine magic in all of us. It's Hecate, it's Venus, patience, a guide through the labyrinth, freedom from old emotional ties, attachment, resentments, and habits, preventing personal development. The right time to evaluate our behavior and actions, crossroads, dependence on the phases of the moons, dreaming, prophetic dreams, accumulation of wealth and status, fruitfulness, nurturing, synthesis, fertility, willingness to help others, grounded in the life process, the successful result of hard work, a woman of importance, a helpful woman, and a woman of influence. Regardless of your gender, it's that feminine energy. It's the true feminine magic that you're able to work with now. You might even be having dreams, again, just like prophetic dreams, visions in your dreams, being able to remember your dreams, and, regardless, it's this de-stressing that you've been going through. That's allowing you to just see what's really happening around you. Things are, yeah, and I mean, we have Simon de Seer, which is a split personality mental disorder. I got sidetracked, sorry. Inflated self-esteem, megalomania, overloaded, overexertion, self-imposed obligations, victim by force, a sacrifice for a higher cause, or like cowardice, indifferences, unwillingness to help. It's removing these boundaries that, like, maybe you went through a phase of no one gets this, no one's gonna ever understand what I'm going through, even if you go through something, you'll never understand how it affects me, all these things. It's like, you're right, but you're not. You're right, no one's gonna understand how it affects you, but other people have gone through it as well, so they know what it's like. They don't know how you're like, but they know how it is, because it is an experience that everyone goes through. You just digest it differently. That's the problem that you're trying to get a grounded root on. It's not blaming and saying no one's going to get it. Everyone does get it. It's that interpersonal relationship that you have that's not allowing things to be seen in your light. It's digesting that part, and it's working through that as well. Not allowing the rational mind to shut off that support, that truth of the nature of being, of the nature of things being. We have Theopoulos Reincarnation, which is unwise decisions, dependency, right decisions, foolish actions, dangerous deals, suffering the consequence of suffering the consequences of poor choices, an unsettled mind, a guilty conscience, ambivalence, torment, repenance, and whatever. Y'all get it. I cannot say words, dude. Mercury retrograde is going crazy. I've literally not stopped stuttering for the past few days. It was crazy. The things I've had to do recently involving talking, and I've stuttered up a storm, and people still understand it, is fucking hilarious to me. But regardless, back to the reading. It's these past decisions that are being broken, though. This conscious suffering, this subconscious suffering that you might have gone through, where you've carried such a heavy weight of the entire world on your shoulders because you've been in this cocoon and this energy of no one gets it. I can't do this. I can't do that. The troubles, that I've tried everything methods, right? It's not always as true as you think. You've tried all that you know up till now to that mental capacity that you're allowing yourself to have. And it's moving past that, seeing beyond that other veil. Again, that's how the rational mind works, is it puts up this tiny little veil in front of you and says you can only do up to this much, but you can truly do everything else through that. I'm going to shuffle 2 more times and take the 3, the top middle split. But yeah, it's really just seeing that true truth. It's getting that integrity back, and allowing yourself to move with it. But we have Jaguar, which is growth. Maturity is the ability to embrace change, and change cannot happen without death. This death does not necessarily mean physical death, but it could be the ending of a relationship, a situation, or simply your decision to not continue with habits, the same old habits. Peacock, which is self-love. You will find great power in focusing on the positive aspects of yourself, that which makes you indefinitely unique and beautiful. There are deep wells of untapped inner power in letting go of negative self-talk. Crow, which is transition. Which part of your life is or may be going through a transition? Maybe you are changing relationships, careers, or cities. Whatever it is, the crow is signaling that you are ready to make the change. And last but not least, Bobcat, which is mystery. The Bobcat teaches you that there is true power and strength in silence and patience. In order to get what you want, you must be willing to plan, adapt, and above all, have the patience to see your dreams manifest. For some of you as well, because I picked this up while reading Bobcat, a plan that you had in the past where you had your mind so set on something might not have worked out in the way that you've been desiring, which is why you've been a little bit reluctant to continue down that path in the past by saying, oh, I don't want to do this, there has to be another way of doing it. It's that surrender that you've stepped into for some of you as well. Regardless, it is just a surrender. But it's this true surrendering of trying to get something to move in a way to where you can dictate things. And just allowing the divine to move things in and out as they need. I guess we're taking all of these, and I'm just going to take the bottom and top, because that's a lot. But regardless, it's that full surrender that we're entering. But we have the Star Archangel Joaphael, a dream come true, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. Divine guidance, Archangel Sandalphon. The search of meaning in life, consider an alternate approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers and friends. The 2 of Gabriel, make bold and ambitious decisions. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. The Page of Raphael, gentle, loving, dreaming, open-hearted. A new emotional situation. Messages regarding relationship or social invitations. Great intuitive insight. The Knight of Gabriel, confident, enthusiastic, courageous, and charismatic. Time to take action. A great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. The 6th of Michael. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation, or travel. The 2 of Raphael. 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. Archangel Shamuel. With perspective, there's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. The 10 of Gabriel. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours and trying too hard to please others. Peace, Archangel Azrael. Release the past. There's a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. New beginnings, Archangel Jeremiel. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. And last but not least, the moon with Archangel Anael. The purpose, the opportunity, to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears, and grow stronger. And that one, and cool. And that is the reading, if I can talk. That is the reading. If anyone needs 2 card pulls, has any questions, let me know, and we will work through that. Today is I cannot talk, dude. And we got that car alarm going off in the background this whole time. Ain't no one gonna turn that off either. It's gonna stay going the whole damn time. They done lost their keys. Or are they asleep? One of the two. But yeah. If anyone needs 2-card pulls though or anything, any questions? How we doing? Okay. Actually, I want to talk about this for a second before we do anything. I have a list of videos that I am working on, and I'm trying to remember to work on the Discord. So I'm gonna be adding in there more. I'm gonna get a bot added in there. Hopefully we'll get a VC going on in there soon. At some point. I've just been so boggled recently. How am I? I'm good. I really can't complain today. I'm doing a lot, but I can't like complain. Cause it's not like stress working anymore. It's I just have a lot on my plate and I'm not worried about it. Like I'm in a way better place, a way better mindset, a way better situation, and I'm just allowing things to just move forward. But regardless, yeah, we just gonna get all sorts of noises. That's just how it is. We get birds, we get car alarms, we get motorcycles, we get all sorts of stuff. A bit more bewilderment. I get that. But I'm just working. I've been in more of a creative mindset with things rather than like a working mindset. So it's been a lot better. Um but yeah, I've been in a way more creative mood. I don't know. Just working with angels. I don't know. Inaki and Magic has done something different to me. I feel way different working after doing a lot of the works that I've been doing. It's been very interesting. It's been super interesting. I can't really go into detail what I have been doing. But there has been some weird and very awesome progress working. So I can't. What is that car alarm doing? That's such a weird car alarm. Like, I've never heard a car alarm trill before. Like, what is that? And now it's not trilling anymore. No, I'm done. It's going back and forth. I'm sorry. I can literally hear over my music. I can hear over my headphones. It's got my attention. It's such an interesting noise. I don't know if it's just like, I don't know what it is, but it's interesting. It has my attention. I don't know. But yeah, I've been staying positive too. I've actually all day yesterday, my brain was blank. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't have a single like conscious thought yesterday. I did like nothing. I didn't talk to anyone. No, I did. I know. That's why my brain was blank. I was playing Repo. One of my friends bought me Repo, and we started playing that game. And we played it from the time that they woke up to like the time that they had to go to sleep. I think we played for like 17 hours, like total. And I stayed up till like 3 o'clock in the morning playing with them. We had like maybe a 4-hour break. So I didn't have a single thought run through my head. and it was very relaxing. I will say I have not had like a moment like that in years, but that was a very relaxing time. And now I'm addicted to Repo. I can't quit playing the game. So now I'm addicted to a game. It's fun. I can't. It really is fun, but you know, I normally don't do that. I like broke a barrier yesterday and did that. It was fun. Head empty and just peace. It really was. It really was. Cause 2 days ago they bought it for me, and we played for like 7 hours straight. And he was like, "Yeah, we gotta go. I gotta go to bed," cause they had surgery, and they're like, "I gotta go to sleep." They had surgery. Today actually. They just got. They had their surgery today. So like 2 days ago, we were just playing it for fun. But then like yesterday, it was just all day. What's the overall objective of the game? That's you collect things. Let me break it down a little bit better. So you're just like the Android, the Android symbol, like the little green Android thing. You basically play like those. You play as those things, little robots, but they don't have the little ears, and they talk like Muppets. They look like robotic Muppets. They're really fucking funny looking at. But you basically are sent there by a dude named Taxman, and he just wants you to go into these environments and collect things. But it's a physics-based game, so like you can break objects by slamming them into things, and there's enemies you got to avoid and all sorts of stuff. It's a very interesting. It's like a really simple game mechanic-wise, but like just maneuvering in the game is very interesting. There's a sneak mode. But they just have a bunch of different like enemies you have to avoid, and it's just collecting items worth different amounts. No, you can. Yeah, you're not. You can make noises. There's only like really. You just don't want to make noises around the enemies. But it's a tech. You can do text to speech in the game as well, and I love the text to speech. But yeah, you can talk in the game. You can do all sorts of stuff. It's a really fun game. It's super. It's simple. It's not too hard. It gets harder the more levels you do, but like other than that, it's just a fun game. It's something I don't have to like take serious or like try at, so I very much enjoy it. But it's very addicting, I will say. There's another game that's like it called Lethal Company, and Lethal Company used to be my favorite game for a while, but then when I played Repo, it was like, no, it's over. Like, Lethal Company has nothing on Repo, unfortunately. I still love the game, but like, I have not touched it once. I don't think I will for a while because of Repo, but it's just a fun game. I mainly like it because it's physics based, so you you can break the items. Yeah, it's basically like Lethal Company, K. I love Repo so much. You can run people over. You have like a huge cart that you put the items in. You can run people over with the cart and stuff. They have like weapons and stuff you can beat the enemies with too. But it's so fun. It's just that's all I've been doing recently is that. Other than that, just like real life stuff, trying to like get things set in order for my next steps, which has been really interesting and fun. I can't complain about that either. But other than that, it's just I've just been relaxing. But welcome in. I've been trying to work on my album, have zero ideas for it, well, how to work on it anymore. See, I can't play flying games. I can't even do GTA flying games. Like, the only game I can fly in is Halo. That is the only game I know how to fly in is Halo. You put me in a Falcon and I'll go places. Other than that, good luck. I will crash every like 2 seconds. But yeah, I needed a day off. I really did. I gotta tap into my inner palette. I can't do that. It's in there somewhere. I don't unplug my phone. It's in there somewhere. I don't know where it's at. One of my friends plays this like space flying game, and they were telling me about it, and I was like, I don't know how, but I would crash in space. Like I would find a way to crash in the middle of space. Like there's nothing, like no meteors, no asteroids, nothing. Like I would just crash. I wouldn't even crash to a planet. I would just crash into like particles. What kind of music? Not I don't focus on genres when I make music. Whatever comes to mind comes to mind. So it's not really a genre that I work on. I just like dabble with stuff. See, that's the thing. That the Halo Reach space flying mission, I'd kick ass on that. Me and my friend did that on Legendary. Um, with I think what is that one skull? I can't remember what the name of the skull is, but it's the one that removes your HUD. We did that, and that's a fun one. That is a fun one. Um, but other than that, any other flying game? No, whatever. I can't do it. Keep me with Halo 3. Keep me with Halo Reach. Keep me a little bit with Halo Infinite. Not, I mean, kinda. I didn't really fly that much. I was more of just like a mongoose driver at that point. But like, other than that, can't fly. Yeah, same Daniel. I literally like, I do not have time to play games. But whenever I do, I'll like have fun with them. But other than that, I'm researching. There's been so much going on. My brain has been in research mode and like working mode and study mode. What about games like God of War? Never played God of War. Elden Ring, I'm a Soulsborne person for sure. Um, Unfortunately, my Elden Ring had an issue to where it deleted one of the important files on Steam, and I can't get it back no matter how many times I verify or the integrity of my game. So I can't play Elden Ring anymore. Unfortunately, I'd have to like reinstall it on a whole new like computer, and I don't have access to that computer. Unfortunately, but I love the game. It was a super fun game. I like Skyrim too. Skyrim's a fun one. I never play it any other way though. I'll do the story differently, but I always have to play as a Khajiit, a mage Khajiit. If I play as anything else, I won't like the game. I don't know why. I try like I don't even like Argonians, and it's not like I don't know. I like playing Khajiit. Hit me with the Khajiit, give me mage, give me to the Thieves Guild, and that's about it. After that, I'm good. I'm set. No, Elden Ring. Oh my god, I struggled a bit with Elden Ring. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a lot better at FPSs than anything, than like those types of games. I used to be really into Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur is one of those games that once you play, you can't forget. I love Soul Calibur. Other than that, mainly I play clicker games. I don't know why I like clicker games. That I will play clicker games. I have like I don't know. It's like a progression thing. I like grindy games, and like what's more grindy than a clicker game at this point? Not many. So I play. That's such a weird thing to say. But I enjoy clicker games. They're fun. There's one that's actually educational though, and I like playing it. It's called Cell to Singularity, um, and Beyond, and it's basically a game that it's a clicker game, but it takes you through the evolution of life, from like cell base all the way up through like the evolutions of humanity and the civilizations, all the way up to like the Mars expedition that we like had, and then like the housing on Mars and things that people are trying to get complete. No, not like Monster Clicker or Cookie Clicker. I play like different ones. Like, I don't know. Like either clicking idle game. I don't like this idle game anymore, but I still have it. But it's just like mainly. I never played Cookie Clicker. I watched people play that one, but Click Heroes, I played that one in high school, well middle school really, and I kept going with that one. Um, but other than that, that's like the mainly ones I play. There's bullet hell games. I forgot. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it because it's not in English. But there's a clicker game I like to play. I like when I was like 13, I played games like Tohu and stuff for like bullet hell games. I'm into those types of genres heavily, but I don't play them much anymore. Um, I kind of stopped. Until four. Yeah, that's kind of where a lot of people stopped. Four was the one that had Link in it, wasn't it? Like Link was the spiritual character in it. Cause I played four. I played a bit of five, but I owned six, and six and five are like my favorite ones. Mainly six. Um, I just kind of wish. Who was it? I forgot his name, but he was in Soul Calibur 5. I made a custom character with his move set. I can't even remember what his weapon was. I think it was the long sword. Not the. Oh my god, what was it? Hold on. Forward Star Wars. Okay, was it three that had Link in it? I can't remember. Whatever. I can't remember too much about it because I haven't played those in like years. But Soul Calibur always has a place in my heart. It's a fun game. I I remember I forced myself to learn how to play Voldo because one of my friends really just did not like Voldo. Not because he couldn't defeat him, but just because he didn't like his move set. So I spent a whole like 5 months grinding and learning how to play Voldo. I got damn good. He would play Nightmare and he would lose to me as Voldo. I got very good with Voldo. And then I never touched the game again. I think I burnt myself out on Soul Calibur. But that's a good fighting game, honestly. I like it a lot more than Mortal Kombat. Like, if I'm gonna play Mortal Kombat, I'm gonna play like Armageddon or like one of the older like PS2 ones because those runs were fun. Dude, Creeper Vault, yeah, Volta was the dude. Soul Calibur 6, Volta's a creep, like a full-on freak, dude. I haven't played Back for Blood. I kind of want to, but at the same time, I'm scared because that's supposed to be Left 4 Dead 3. That's what everyone was calling it on release, of course. And I don't know. I'm nervous because I love Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. Those were my games back in the day. I'm gonna just minimize you. I'm gonna have to like just minimize it. Do I have Discord? I do, but why you're asking is my question. I need to test it out. I've been wanting to play Dead Island 2. I'm a Dead Island fan, huge Dead Island fan. I played the first one. I played Riptide. I did not play the overhead one that they released, the arcade version. I didn't. It did not spark my inspiration at all. It did not look good. But Dead Island 2, they have that new system. If you're trying to message me on Discord, I don't really give that out. You can just email me if you have anything. Nah, Dead Island is kind of hard, but I grew up on the game though. Like I did when I used to stream on Twitch. I had a whole I got partnered playing not Left 4 Dead. I got partnered playing Dead Island 2 Riptide. But I went through the entirety of the first one, DLC included. I did every side mission. I 100% the game, and then I was going to do the same for Riptide. And I ended up doing it, but I did not do it all on stream, unfortunately. But yeah, Dead Island is definitely rage bait at some points. I'm not gonna lie. Like, trying to 100% that game was probably one of the most intoxicating things I had to do in a while. I was gonna say infuriating, but no, it was not. It got me upset. Not as upset as the second one. The second one was god awful, and yeah, I do, Jonathan. But just if you need to like connect with me, just email me first. That's always best. Is just email me first, because I don't let like people I don't really know message me. I gotta see what the meaning of it is first. But there's the email if you need it. And just it's always best just to email first though. Email, funnily enough, even though you might have direct contact with the other ways, I'll respond faster with email usually. And I don't know why. I just don't. So, like, email me for sure. And if we need to pursue on any other, like, connectivity, we will, if need be. But yeah, what else is there? I could just literally look at my Steam right now. I have been playing a bit of Plants vs. Zombies. I like that game. That's a classic, though. How am I? I'm well. I'm doing well. I don't know. I used to play Destiny, but like I just stopped playing Destiny altogether. The game kind of went in a direction that I wasn't expecting. No, actually, I played Plants vs Zombies when I was in elementary school, like heavily when I was in elementary school. And out of this small little group of friends I had in there, I was the first one to beat it, and I felt so proud because I was teaching people how to play Plants vs Zombies in elementary school. I was like, okay, plant them like this. I had a friend that like planted the sunflowers at the top instead of like towards the house because they thought that I was gonna be a better defense, and I was like, no, what are you doing? Like, you gotta plant it at the house. I showed them strats a bit like sunflower like doing it like the chessboard and checkerboard strat. I was all over the place. Yeah, that's why I'm not giving out any information. That's why I said if you need me, just email, and then we can dictate. You know. Yeah, there's like, I don't know. I love Hunters. I wish now see if the second one was on Steam, I'd get it in a heartbeat. But unfortunately, they're not gonna put the second one on Steam. I think Epic has it, unfortunately, and that kind of pisses me off. I'm not gonna get Epic just to play Plants vs Zombies. They have Garden Warfare. I didn't ask for that game. I don't think anyone asked for Garden Warfare to be a thing, unfortunately. So I'm not even interested in it. I don't even care. I just want Plants vs Zombies 2, and I want Plants vs Zombies 3 on Steam, and I'll be happy. Like, those are the only two I need. And I got you, Jonathan. I'll get you. I'll respond to that after the stream. I got you. But I seen it soon. But I just, man, cause I don't know. I think there's supposed to be a fourth Plants vs Zombies coming out. I don't know if that was like a thing I had in my brain or not. Oh, does it already exist? Oh, it does. It's only a... What do you mean it's on PC? No, it's not. I would know if it was. Well, Jonathan, again, just email me about what's going on, and then we will talk about it if it needs to go any further than that. And welcome in, Yvette. Welcome in. Hopefully you're feeling well. But yeah, I'll look at the email after stream. That's usually when I do all that stuff, and then whatever happens happens. Yeah. See, that's no. You're fine, Jonathan. No worries. No worries. Yeah, the Egyptian. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I love Plants vs Zombie 2. I really, really do. I love Plants vs Zombie 3 too. I don't know if like because that one's only on mobile. I have not. I don't think I can find it on computer. But Plants vs Zombies 3 is crazy. That's a good one. Oh, okay, that's what's going on. Cool. I don't know, man. There's just so much. They I don't know when they did this, but they had there used to be a mobile zombie game called Zombieville, USA, and they put that on Steam. And I don't have it in totality, but I have the demo of it, and it's genuinely so much better than the mobile version. I'm literally like, I enjoy it so much. I really do. Like Zombieville USA was one of my favorite mobile games. And the fact that I can play it on my computer now is like a lot better. It is a childhood wonder game. But yeah. I don't know what else is going on. I just glanced down, see you say blank, and I was like, yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm just happy today. Like, I don't know. The past 3 days have been very interesting. And not even in like a what's going on way, but just in a very like calming way. Very, very, very calming way. I also did a complete cleanse of my bracelets and stuff that I had, which has been very much needed. And then I did another. I don't know. I've just been doing a lot of cleansing. Physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, on all planes and levels. Yeah, a lot of past bothers have definitely been getting healed recently. Nice. What we eating, Daniel? What's on the menu? What's on the menu? Tacos. That's what's up. There's also this like, it's called Coloring Pixels. It's really just like a coloring game, where you click squares to color them. I've been doing that a lot. I've just been relaxed. I don't really like. I just don't want to do anything, and it's not in the sense of like laziness. It's just I don't want to do anything in the sense of like I just feel so called to rest and not worry about things or to do anything that I just haven't been. Yeah, I love coloring pixels. It's honestly so fun. I will sit down and play that for hours if I need to. But the only I like it's just a calming game, and a lot of the art on there is really good too. So I don't have any of the DLCs of it. I've just been coloring. Exactly, Daniel. And literally same here, Matt. I've just been resting as well. Yeah, it's just called Coloring Pixels. It is literally one of the most relaxing games I've played. The only thing that can get a little bit tantalizing is when you're looking for a number that you can't find in the sea of other numbers. Other than that, it's fine. Are you serious? Like, YouTube has that game? That's wild. I had no idea. But no, coloring pixels is fun. You definitely cannot go wrong with it. Yeah, definitely. If you're looking for a calming activity, that game is a super calming game. It is so good. It is so good. It's a free game. It has DLCs that cost like money, but they're all like $1 each. But it comes with a lot of levels without any of the DLC, so it's not like you're gonna run out immediately. Yeah, other than that, it's just been really calming. Definitely will. I got you. I've been in a creative mood for a while. I just been in a different type of creativity. Bottom two. So Anna, your 2 angel cards are Leap of Faith, Archangel Metatron, Believe in Yourself, Listen to Your Heart, and Do It Gives You Joy. And the 8 of RIL, Take great pride in your excellent work, practice makes perfect, consider getting additional education or training. But those are your 2 angel cards, Anna. Other than that, I had a really funny download recently. And it was about when Moses was hearing God's voice from the bush that was on fire. And the only thing that I could think about, and every time that thought came up, I would immediately hear fire divination. So Moses was doing fire divination. That's my conclusion. I don't know how true that is, but it's like, it has to be fire divination. You know what I mean? Like, why else would you be hearing God's voice from a flaming bush if it was not a form of, like, fire divination? So that's what I kind of put 2 and 2 together with. I'd have to, like, do more research, but, I mean, I'm just gonna leave it like that. That's my conclusion, at least. There's probably more to it, but I don't know. Because, I mean, that whole, like, part, that whole section of the story is... Yeah, it could have been 2. Well, that's not going to tell me anything if I look that up. Yeah, like yeah, I don't, it doesn't go into like specifics. No, you just can't just come in here and say no. What the heck? Anyway, I can get you K with the 2 card from my old deck. I can get you a 2 card for that. The fire which is not burning. Yeah. That's still a fire. A candle that is burning, that is on fire but not burning, would be the same thing. A non-burning fire is a fire that's staying still. So it's just a source of light, which again would be fire, because back then they didn't have anything other than fire as a light source. So it wasn't that a ball of light was there. You can say it if you wish to, but at the end of the day, light is fire, because when they made fire, they created light, and the bush was burning. But K, your animal card is Panther, which is guidance. It is time to release your passions, live your dreams, and begin a new chapter in your life. You are encouraged to expand your awareness, eliminate fears, and become a whole new person. You are guided and protected. Frog and transition. This is a powerful time of change. You are being called to connect with the world of emotions and feminine energies. You may also need to engage in a process of cleansing, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, or energetic. And that's your 2 card for UK. You've been seeing panthers and frogs. That's nice. I guess that's just more confirmation for you at the end of the day. A fire doesn't have to be burnt out. A fire can stay. Like a lantern, lanterns don't burn out until you put them out. Even if it is an oil lantern, you can still refill the oil. That light source is only determined by its outer circumstance. So same thing applies. So just because it's, a fire can stay lit. Yeah, which deck do you need? Tarot deck, shadow deck, animal deck, angel deck, and I can get one for you. Because the fire will only be put out if an external source is interacting with it. Other than that, the fire will stay lit. It just burns oxygen at the end of the day. So if a source that's giving it the oxygen is not, burning out, it's still going to stay lit. Animal deck, I got you. What is that? That's just a reflection. It's just a reflection of light on my apple. I was like, what the hell is that? So let's see here. So it's a 2-card for sure. Oh, there's already 2 here. That's hilarious. Anyway, So your first one is Cougar, which is leadership. You have come into your own power. Now it's time to take the lead of a situation and be strong. Using the power of intentions, be clear with your purpose and define where you are heading. In Snake, transformation. You will be shedding old skin and emotions and transforming them into something bigger and better. Change is in the wind, and you are at the center of it all as the catalyst. To smoothen the process, make sure that your intentions are clear and that you move forward with hope. And that is the 2 animal cards for you, Stephen. Yeah, I got you. Well, never mind, dude. So, Harris, your 2 cards are Jaguar, which is growth. Maturity is the ability to embrace change, and change cannot happen without death. This death does not necessarily mean a physical death, but it could be the ending of a relationship, a situation, or simply a decision not to continue with the same old habits. In Owl, observation. You are being encouraged to look beyond deceiving appearances into the true reality of a situation or person's motives. You need to hear what's really being said despite the words and emotions coming from the messenger. There's your 2 animal cards, though. Any symbol? Not that I know of currently. I haven't delved into it too much. I literally got that download like earlier, so I didn't really like have time to look into it. I just got it and was like, okay, and put it in my mind for later. But I can dive into it at some point. Yeah, that's the thing. Being very forgiving of the past is a huge thing that people need to do. So they're able to move forward. I get that, Yvette. That's interesting. Um, of course, Matt. No worries. That's what we're here to do. I don't know why I was looking for that. I know it's like right in front of my face. I'm sorry to hear about the father passing, but definitely the chiming on the clock is a huge significance, especially if it happened twice like that. It is a huge significance. Do you pay attention to the time when it does that, or is it just like a specific time that it does chime? Regardless, reading into it could definitely um, give messages or comfort. 5 and 6 are interesting. Interesting. Oh, what is that called? What do you mean? Oh, wow. I was gonna say, what do you mean? And then it just disconnected me from the internet. So that's what it was talking about. I forgot what that technique is called. Because there's a whole, like, system. Dang it. What the fuck is it called? I'm gonna find it. It is just geomancy. What am I thinking about? Huh. Never mind then. And yeah, Ellen always. You'll truly always have the support. whether we're here in the physical or not, it will always be there. Sure, Steph. Oh, you said what you wanted. Never mind. I couldn't see the tarot part on my phone, but I clicked on the piece on the laptop version. I was like, oh. Well, yeah, I can get you 2 card pool with the tarot, Stephanie. I got you. Oh my lord. So let's see here. Alright. So your first card is the Knight of Cups. Right now is a time for moving past the steps, the stage of the feelings, and moving towards more of a thought form process, or needing to remove yourself from a feeling state from a situation at this time. Whatever the case is, the feelings that you're having are being transformed into the next phase. So be very aware of how they are going to transform, and be aware of how things are moving forward, because they are going to be moving forward in contagion with some form of feeling that you have. With this sun, vitality, something will be exposed. There's an inner knowing of innocence. This could even be moving forward more innocently, with viewpoints from yourself or from external points, however, but there is the need to move forward with a bit more of that inner child, of that victory energy, and allowing the divine to push you forward on that journey. Really look back to the things that draw you closer to yourself, whether that's God, your faith, religion, whatever it is for you. Really look into that way whenever things get rough at this time. But you are moving forward. There is a transition from the feeling state to something more physical with the thoughts, leaving the spiritual and pertaining more to the physical that you need to have like a brighter outlook on at this time. Of course, I got you. No worries. first year you rejoicing and start grieving. Well, congratulations on that. That can definitely be a step to take. But you know, not but that's a lot. You know, so congratulations on that. Really. With my parents, I had to do the same thing. My dad's birthday was January the 4th, and it was kind of weird going through his birthday the first year, but it was kind of the same as my mom's, like just being used to that. But it's a huge step, definitely being able to flip your own script in that sense, and not, you know, not grieve against it, but really release and allow that joy, that love to flow through. So seriously, huge congrats on that. It's definitely a journey to switch mindsets in that way. Welcome in. Welcome in. I need to get started back on that thing at some point. Welcome in, everyone. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm probably gonna get off in about 20 minutes, depending. Very big on the depending part, but regardless, 2-card pulls if you're needing them. Let me know, and we will hop on them. Two couple. What deck? Tarot, Animal card, Angel deck, Shadow deck. No, you're good on it. Animal, I got you. Yeah, it's what I do. It's a genuine, like, from the heart service. I truly don't expect a single thing out of this. It is just something that allows me to feel better. And even then, at that point, it's a divination skill. It's a form of practice even. So regardless, you know, I, it's a double whammy. So I'll take it. You know what I mean? Plus, not everyone has the funds to pay for a full reading, so why not get a 2 card pull for like just general advice? But Scorpio, your 2 cards are a Coyote, which is playfulness. This is a reminder to not take things too seriously and bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that's been on your mind for a while. And Ant, which is perseverance. This is a message of patience. Whatever is going on right now, you cannot be so ambitious. By pacing yourself, the end result will be far more rewarding. Slow down, don't rush, work carefully, and learn to accept help from others. And that is your 2 cards. I almost put those on top of the tarot deck. I mean, other than that, like, I just genuinely love doing divination. And I'm not going to sit around and just do like a million readings on myself. Like, there's not a need to do that. So, you know, doing doing 2 card pulls, excuse me, is always just something it's nice to do. Plus, no one else really does it. It is very kind, yeah. I do it like from a genuine point of, you know, I don't know. It was just put on me one day. I was like, you should just do this. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I should. So I did. Just start doing it. But it's just fun to do. It really is. Like, it is, I don't know. Me personally, I feel like more people should definitely do like that. But a lot of people don't like to do that. And I mean, I understand not wanting to, especially coming from a gypsy point of view, but regardless, it's still like if you're really like, I don't know. I'm a big person of put your money where your feet are. Not where your mouth is, where your feet are. You can talk all the shit you want, but until you start walking and doing something like physical, then it's a different story. I like putting my money where my feet are. If I say something, I'm probably gonna do it. If I say something about myself, it's because I genuinely want to do it. It's not because I want to say it. It's because it's in progress. Because I used to have a really big issue of saying things and not doing it, and now while things are in the process, I say it almost in a sense to like remind myself. But I don't know. It's just who I am. It really is. I was in a rough spot at one point, and I was offering to pay my friend something, and they're like, "What are you doing? Like, you can't even like suffice for yourself." I'm like, "Dude, I'm just trying to help." You came to me and you said you needed help with something. Don't do that. If I'm in a situation where I need help, I will immediately like do my best to help you. It's a weird self-sacrificial thing that I have to get over and stop doing, which I've been working on. But I will genuinely give the shirt off my back for people. And it's good, but it's also not good because I should probably keep my shirt if I need it. You know what I mean? It's a balance. It is just a balance. Like, I was raised this way. Like, my dad would always. It made me upset at first because I didn't really get it. Mainly because of like safety concerns. But my dad would always pick up hitchhikers all the time. And we would stop the car and move animals out of the road if we see them stuck. We do it with turtles. There was like a rabbit, a cat, a few dogs that we'd like pick up, put in the car, and like drive a little bit, and then like put it off, or if we knew where it was gonna go, like if it was a dog or a cat that had a collar on it, we would drive it to its house. But I was just raised to do that. Like, that's just part of my programming. If there is any way I can help, I most likely will. I'll do my best to, at least, you know. If I can't help, it's one of those things. But alrighty. See you, Anna. Thank you for stopping in. I've been rested. I've been rested. I had to take a break. And it was more of a just an oh I'm gonna rest and then go live. It was more of a complete break. It was good to see you as well. Always though, yeah. I appreciate all the thanks and support from it truly. It's just it's who I am. I can't turn off that switch if I wanted to. I can like I can receive more for sure, but I cannot turn off that giving switch. It is there for a reason. So I do my best. I have, however, gotten a lot better with boundary setting, so it's not like a continuous overgiving. I definitely have a good boundary. How do you learn to receive? You need to work with that feminine element inside of yourself. The only reason why you overgive is because you're in a masculine energy. It's about truly being in that feminine energy. Some people think that the feminine energy is just loving yourself. No, it's about really allowing yourself not to do anything. The feminine element in its simplest form is the divine. And the divine doesn't do anything. The divine waits. The divine creates things without touching, without moving. Being in that state is a feminine mindset, is a feminine state of being. So really learning to release full control, detachment is a feminine trait in that sense, because you're not trying to receive anything, you're not trying to attract anything, you're detaching from it and allowing it to come to you in the form that's best. So really being in that mood, like if you can't receive rest from yourself or receive the messages that are coming to you, you won't be able to receive from anyone else. If you've been getting the message of like, oh, you need to rest and relax, but you aren't relaxing because of stress, you're not going to be able to receive anything because now you're in a masculine energy. You're receiving that stress and you're operating off of what you're receiving, which is that lower vibration that's keeping you in emotion, keeping you in perpetual motion, I should say, instead of putting you in relaxing. Procrastination is ironically enough a masculine trait. Um, it comes from overexertion. You know, working way too much will put you in procrastination. You know, whether that work is mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual, it's still a masculine energy. When people say the action of inaction, that means you're taking an action with your feminine element of not doing anything, of really allowing things to happen so it can be a full learning experience rather than a hands on. And it's difficult to do because we've been raised in such a masculine minded society where you have to work, where you have to do all these things, to where when you actually need to receive, it becomes a stress because now you're needing to work. You're stressing about what you're not doing rather than seeing what you are doing. Uh, how do you get into your feminine? Tap into your heart space. The heart space is the only feminine part of the human body. You could delve it down to your chakras or whatever, but your heart space is the only part. It's internal. It's where the divine resides. So really tapping into that heart space. And how do you tap into your heart space? That determines on how you need to do it. Not everyone's heart space is the same as it holds the divine. But what the divine tells a particular individual to do is a complete separate thing. Sometimes the divine needs you to work from a heart space and actually do things on the physical. That's moving in a masculine motion with the feminine element, meaning that it's balanced. Sometimes you're told just to rest and not do things, which would be another action by the masculine that's funded by the feminine. So just allowing yourself to be funded from that heart space, from what the divine is truly wanting you to do, is how you connect to that feminine state. Really, you can meditate all day long, but if you're meditating to create something on the external, or you're doing things to create things or to distort matter in time, then that's a masculine effort. You're needing to be able to truly detach and go into the heart space simply to connect with the divine, simply to hear what you've been lacking to hear, or to feel what you haven't been feeling. Which is why we do all this shadow work and root work, so we can remove that masculine energy from the feminine nature of, oh, since this is happening, I need to do this, or because all these other things are going on, I have to go do this now. Really just being in that observatory state is the most feminine that one can really be within the human vessel. you know, until ascension happens, and then you know, you're just kind of like, I mean, true ascension, not just like what people think ascension is, because what people think ascension is and what ascension actually is are two different things. A lot of people think that they're ascending and they're not. They're actually in a deeper slumber state because they actually haven't really learned anything. They haven't really ascended past their past self. They're still stuck in past cycles. They've only grown to agree with those past cycles, which is a disagreement to the soul. So they're agreeing to disagree, which is a disagreement, because you don't need to disagree if you do agree. You know what I mean? Like, that's just reverse psychology. That is like a fundamental reverse psychology. Because if you were to just agree, you wouldn't need to say that you disagree. That disagreement shows that you're not agreeing. You're not agreeing to anything. You're just saying that you don't want to. It's a lack of accountability at that point. But people don't like to say that because, you know, oh, but I just don't want to agree. Well, then don't. Why do you force yourself to agree to something that you don't agree with? Just stop succumbing to that nature of, like, not agreeing with yourself. You're disagreeing with your own self by agreeing to disagree because you don't want to agree, but you're doing it anyway. So why? Why do you not like yourself enough to just agree? Why don't you trust yourself enough to agree with yourself? Why is your opinion of whatever it is, like, swayed by external position? Why is your determination on a subject based off the liking of another person? You really have to ask yourself these questions. But these are questions and topics that most spiritualists don't dive into because most spiritualists are stuck in la la land, and they don't really understand that being spiritual isn't a thing you just jump into. We're all born into it. It's, in fact, it's internal. So if you're not going to truly do those inner workings and not see that the truth of the nature of it, you're not going to be as spiritual as you think. Most spiritualists are more 3D than most of the people on the Matrix. Because how many people in the Matrix do you see blaming other people for doing X, Y, and Z to them compared to spiritual? It's pretty common. It's a pretty close connectivity. So they haven't really done anything other than labeling it something else so that they aren't mashed with them. Unfortunately, they're closer to them than they think. They're not ascended. They've just went to a deeper slumber state, cryostasis, if I will call it cryostasis completely, because they're frozen in it, which is majority of what most tarot readers are unfortunately putting their hand into, is freezing these poor souls into place because now they're afraid of XYZ happening and they're being possessed by demons. And you know it's a demon because only a demon would go, oh, because they're doing this, they're doing that, and they're wanting things to happen to someone else rather than wanting betterment for their own personal development. Which is what, if you're going to call it an angel or divine being, that's what you're going to call it. But higher ascendancy won't worry about what happened to someone else or saying that, oh, they deserved it. Well, you deserve what you went through as well if you're going to say that someone else deserves their pain too. Because in all totality, it wouldn't matter what happened to them if it didn't matter to you. But since it matters what happened to you, then what happened to them also has to matter. It's that same receptivity. You're feeding into that same egregore that they created. And a lot of them are brainwashed and dumbfounded. They might be smart, they might be knowledgeable, but they're not actually doing anything except for running in circles, which is unfortunate. But they feel like they're doing good because their physical reality is mirroring that they're doing good. But at the cost of what? The cost that they know that they're not actually helping anyone other than saying, "Oh, I hope you're doing well," and they're not doing any sort of like physical effort to push those messages forward. That would actually free souls rather than keeping them trapped in a fear loop. But, you know, these are topics for every day. I'm not even going to say for later. These are topics for every day because modern day spiritualism has gone down the shitter because people think it's this external viewpoint and that you have to look out. No, just shut up and sit down for a minute and look into a mirror for like 30 minutes. You'll realize what spirituality is at that point. If you can't look at yourself in the mirror, you don't know what spirituality is to like basis, because after a while you'll start seeing, I'm not this shell, I'm more. And until you can internally see that, like from your own viewpoint, you're not as truly as elevated on that spiritual level as you think, because you need to know who you are and not who someone else says you are. You know what I mean? Like, you got all these people, oh, you're this, you're that. Well, I don't even fucking know you. I need to know you first before you say who I am. I'm not going to believe you just because you have a big follower count on YouTube. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care about how much money you have. Who are you? Why are you here? Why are you telling me these things? Like, what's going on? Can you explain to me these things? Can we talk? Or are we just gonna like act like we're robots for 30 minutes or to an hour of a reading and then go off and do our own thing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Because you really hear it. I mean, here are some very plain examples of people being stuck in the matrix. I don't like doing this, but I have to. Or like they'll do a reading. It's like, I don't want to pick up on anything negative, so I'm gonna end it here. What do you mean? Why are you picking it up? Why are you allowing that to possess you? Are you that weak in spirit that you can't even control what comes towards you and you're suffering and being a slave to whatever's coming towards you? That's called possession. You're being possessed and you're not doing what you need to do at all. In fact, you're doing the exact opposite and you're making a tomfoolery of yourself, which is probably why you have a bunch of people watching you and a bunch of money. Because when the devil can play his game on you, he'll give you exactly what you want. You know, when you play the game with a 3D matrix, they'll give you what you want. They will, at the sacrifice of some form of self that is going to be in a disagreement to your soul, rather than the rational mind, that's what it comes down to. So, I mean, I'll just tell it how it is, because a lot of these people are possessed. That's why I want to make a video on egregores. I'm working on one. Because unfortunately, the entire tarot community is possessed by a gigantic egregore. They haven't noticed that yet. I tried giving warnings about it. No one really listened. So, you know, now we're here. Now we're here, and people are starting to see the shells crack. And listen, I'm not going to say that I was the one to tell y'all, but I was the one to tell people, yo, this is what's happening. And then I started losing a bunch of people. And now people are realizing some shit. Now it's just like, well, I don't know. I told you the train's not going to stop rolling, but if you want to fucking get on, you better get on. Because it ain't going to stop. It's an infinite train. It don't quit, but you can always get on at any time. You just got to be ready. Because once you put one foot on, it's going. So, that's what we're doing at least. Welcome in, y'all. But yeah, I don't know. It's just how it is. Oh yeah, that's why every reader that you go to will say the same things. Have you noticed the copy paste readings? I remember whenever I called that out, I had 30 people. I had more than 30 people. I'm going to use the number as 30. Just for like a point of people commenting and saying, oh yeah, that's why you're fake reader. That's why all these I'm not the fucking fake one, dummy. I'm just the one to wake up. You're the one who's still stuck in that little loophole and you're just looking for someone to scapegoat. I'm not playing that game. You can hate me all you want, but whenever you wake up, you're going to wake up and see how you have the Jackass cartoon. You know how on the Looney Tune Jackass thing where they look at the camera and turn to an actual donkey? That's what people are looking like right now. When they wake up after because that's how you get woke up first. Is you tell someone to their face what they've been doing despite you not doing it, then you wake up. Then you get the Jackass effect. Then you move forward. I've gone through it. I know what it's like. It's literally what happens. That's how you wake up. You have to realize, oh, I'm the fucking gullible one. I'm the one looking at the ceiling. That's a ceiling? Yes, that's the ceiling. You've been looking at it for the past 30 hours. Let's move on. Are they going to see it yet? I hope. I hope to God they do. Changing your channel name is not going to get you out of that loop, though. You have to do a whole internal, external configuration change. Yeah. I appreciate it. No worries, Cushy. But yeah, Lucy, I get that. You really have to realize that something's going on. And it's, of course, I don't personally... It's 7 off and went off again? Interesting. So 5, 6, and 7. But see, that's the thing. Like, it's a stepping process. It's that humility that we have to go through. You can't grow without getting humbled. You cannot grow without going through humiliation. That's part of the thing. It's not about a humiliation ritual. It's just about seeing how you've played your own game, how you played the game against yourself. I mean, or even played your own game against yourself, and growing from that, and releasing that past version to be able to laugh at it, to truly transmute it, to be able to read it as it is and see it from an external point of view as well as an internal and moving forward. Because it's like, here's the thing: if let's say you have a baby, and you keep seeing that it falls down when it's trying to walk, so you pick it up and you never let that baby walk because you don't want to see it fall again. What the fuck is it gonna do when it's time to start walking? What is it gonna do when it gets to the age where it needs to start walking around and doing what he or she needs to be doing? It's gonna fall even harder than before. It's not gonna know what the fuck to do. It's gonna have underdeveloped muscles. It won't be able to do shit. You have to fall. What the hell are you scared of falling for? It's the whole point of doing it. You think baby birds are gonna be able to start flying? No, they gotta take that leap. Some of them might die. That's just how it is. You restart. They get put back into the cycle. They're reborn. That's same thing for life. That's just how it is. You have to take that leap. You have to fall. If you don't fall, you ain't gonna do shit. How are you gonna learn? How the hell? Why do you think babies do squats all day long? That's what they're doing. Do you think they're bouncing? No, they're literally doing squats. They're training their leg muscles to like strengthen up so they can start walking and shit. You see them crawling. They're building up callus on their knees so they don't fucking break their knees every time they fall. It's like there's processes of this. You have to go through them. But people are so afraid to like look stupid, and it's like, man, you're stuck. Like, I look stupid at times. I really do. And it's perfectly fine. I don't care. Damn. We're all stupid at the end of the day. Like, let's get down and dirty with it, dude. I don't care how smart you are. There's going to be one simple thing that you're not going to know how to do, and someone's going to pop up and do it in 2 nanoseconds for you, and you're going to feel like an idiot. Like, what the hell is that simple? Like, yeah, you just turned the lid the wrong way. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, it's just how it is. That is life for you. You have to be able to be humbled. That is the greatest lesson, but guess who won't let you be humble? The rational mind. The rational mind will make you be like, no, you're not. You just, there wasn't instructions. No, there was. You just didn't read them. No, it wasn't clear. No, they were very clear. It said turn the lid to the left. You turn it to the right the whole time. It's very clear. You just don't want to admit it. It's like, how do you open the car door? You pull the handle. They ain't working. Have you pulled the handle out, or are you just pulling it up and down? You know what I mean? Like, it's just how life is. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But if one person's unable to do it, then what the hell are we doing here, man? Let's get down and dirty with it. Because I'm not afraid to look stupid. I'm not. I don't care. I've been called stupid my whole life. You think I'm afraid of it? Hell no. I was at first, but not anymore. But I don't know. People just aren't ready. That's a people problem. That's just a people problem. We'll never truly be ready for it until we do that work. You know, there's some things I'm not ready for, but at the end of the day, I'm still gonna have to fucking do them. I don't care how ready I am for it. If it's happening, I'm ready enough. So I better buckle down and I better buckle down and be ready. Ain't nothing gonna change it. I just can't see the full plan is all. That's what I gotta get ready to do, is experience the full plan at hand. You can only see so far, and you can only see it from the point of view that you're at that current time as well, which is a whole other thing as well. But you know, there's things that go into things. You know, it's a puzzle. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta jump sometime. Listen, if you don't jump, you'll be pushed. That is a solid fact. Time is not gonna when it's time for something, it's gonna happen. I don't care what you try to do. I don't care what you try and maneuver around. If it's time, it's time. Do you all not remember Final Destination? It did not matter what the fuck they tried to hide from. There was always gonna be something that was gonna that was gonna get them. It did not matter. That one bitch hid in the closet and a whole gold Ruberg machine happened and she got stabbed through the door. I remember seeing that scene. And then her whole house exploded. If it's your time, it's your time. Quit making a mess out of it. Just go do it. If it's your time to take a leap, go take the leap. It's okay to be scared. But don't try and avoid it because it's going to make things a lot worse. Y'all remember that scene, the teacher scene from Final Destination? She was running around the whole house, turned on the stove, slipped on all sorts of gas and oil and shit. That was a crazy ass scene. I will never forget that shit. I just won't. Like, it could have that whole thing did not have to happen. You know what I mean? That's making a mountain out of a molehill type situation right there. I don't remember which one I think it's from Final Destination, 3 or 4 or 5, one of them. I can't remember. But it was a whole thing. It was like a whole 15-minute segment of her going around fucking shit up in her own house and then hiding. And then her house had to explode. The damage was already done. She was already gone, and then the fucking house explodes. It is what was the point of that? Why did you panic so much? But so that's the thing. That's the one thing that Final Destination taught me. If it's time, it's time. Panicking about it won't solve shit. Panicking about it's only gonna cause you more of a physical response. And that's in a mental response, and that's gonna be a very big detriment to deal with whenever everything kicks through. Exactly, Lucy. You don't need the cards. They're tools. You can use those tools, but some people are using rocks to hammer in nails instead of a hammer, and I'm gonna leave it like that because. Some people aren't even using rocks. Some people using their own damn hand to get that nail in the place. But yeah, if you can't, because all these cards all they do is tell a story. I've said this a million times. But everything in this life tells a story, by the way. I don't care. It's not just tarot. It's everything. The chair that you're sitting on, the bed that I'm sitting on has a story behind why the fabric was made, why the mattress was made, how the frame was even thought of. It has a story behind it. All we see is that physical final evolution part that then people then add their pizzazz to it or whatever the fuck. That's all people are doing with this. This is a book of life. Symbolisms and all without life. And it's just people add their own whatever the fucks to it, which gets convoluted. So, I don't know. I don't know nothing. I'm just saying shit. You know what? At the end of the day, I'm just saying shit. I don't even care. Because it's observations. What do you see? What does it mean to you? What do you see? How do you want to be? How do you want to live? And then that's just what you're getting. You know what I mean? There is nothing else there. It does not get any deeper than that. But it does, because it personal level shit. But on this, basis, what are you eating? How does it taste? What does it look like? Do you want more of it? Yes and no. You can say maybe, but it's yes and no, because that maybe is going to switch at some point. So, if you don't like it, don't do it. Simple as. It's not hard. Don't get addicted to it. It's not hard. But you will get addicted to it, because that's just human nature. Yeah, I don't know that I know. I'll say that I don't know that I know. I don't know yet. I'll have to add the end to it, because it's just saying I don't know. That's an answer for sure, but it's an open-ended answer. Now, a million things could happen, and because you don't know and you're not solidified in something and you're not saying that you will be, my goodness. It's just gonna get rough and rough. Exactly. Exactly. We're all moving at different paces. We're just trucking along at however we can. There is no true right or wrong, you know. That's only a comparison. So you really got to ask yourself, why am I comparing? And that's hard not to do when you're not training your mind to do so, because we're not really taught how to not do that. Even in therapy, they just say, don't compare to people to others. Just focus on yourself. The fuck do you think I'm trying to do? Can you give me some pointers on how to do that? No, because you're a therapist and your whole job is to focus on me. So you're not even focusing on yourself. So how are you going to help me focus on myself if you're not focusing on yourself? I don't know. Hands up. Observations. I'm just saying, you know? You know what I mean? Like, you can give advice from an external point of view, but are you taking the advice that you're giving me? Because if you're not taking it, then why are you giving it to me? I don't know. Are you really living by the words you're saying, or are you just paid to say this? Is there something more I'm not seeing? The numbers really change your mind that much? I don't know. We live in a really wacky society where a couple of zeros will change someone's mind just like that. Ain't gonna take much of nothing. Most people, they'll see 4 zeros and flip they shit. Some people see 3 and they'll jump up and down with joy. You never shit, dude. It don't take that many zeros. It does not. I need 26. I feel that. Give me 26 zeros. Well, I don't care what number is in front. You know, give me some placeholders. Give me 26 placeholders and one number. I'll be good. I don't care what number it is. You just give me one. Hell, it could even be one. I don't care. Yeah, just give me. You know, I'm not even asking for a huge number. Just give me one with a bunch of zeros. I'll be fine. Oh, I know some therapists will. I had one that was trying to do that with me, and I stopped showing up. Like, my mom was like, "You need to go to therapy." I said, "Hell no. I'm not going back to her. She's not helping me. She's literally she's saying everything's my fault. I'm not, my insurance is not paying this woman to just ignore my actual, like, worries about life by saying, oh, you need to stop. No shit, Sherlock. I need to stop. Give me some advice. Give me something more than behavioral therapy. Give me something more than just saying, oh, it's okay, or all this other shit. Tell me, like, how does the brain work? Why is my brain working like this? Can you explain to me what chemical reactions? Why are my synapses and electrons beeping and bopping at this pace? Can you help me? Don't give me chemicals. Tell me, give me an answer. Like, God, that's all I want. So I went go looking. I had to go looking for my own answers. No one told me. No one knew a damn thing. That's what I found out. No one knows a damn fucking thing. I went to go find out myself. I still don't know. I know a little bit, but not too much. That's just how it is. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's whatever. I just think it's funny. I really do. And I can't take it serious. Because, I mean, like, you know what I mean? It's just, everyone's so up in arms. Everyone's, like, feeding into, like, oh, we need to get mad at this. No, you don't. Shut up. You just mad at yourself because you can't change it. And you don't know how to change it, so you just ain't gonna change it. So you just sit there mad for no damn reason. Until you try to actually change it, I don't want to hear nothing. You just a bystander mad that you ain't bystanding good enough. I don't know. I feel that, Lucy. Unfortunately, Lucy, we are the ones running this shit over here. We are. That's why shit's falling apart. We don't know what to do. No one knows a damn fucking thing. All we're seeing are events and going, oh, it has to be this to calm our nerves, to make us self feel better. At the end of the day, we don't fucking know a damn thing, dude. Oh, my sensei who learned from a fucking, the one of the best gurus in the world, damn, I don't give a fuck. What did they know? What did they know that I don't know? What did they experience that I didn't experience yet? How do I even know that I haven't experienced it yet? How do I know that I just haven't done it in a past life and forgot completely about it? Oh, but then that becomes like, well, don't play games, don't talk like that. That's not going to get the answer. No, it is. You just don't know the answer to that question, so you're not willing to answer it. And you don't want to be questioned on things that you don't know, because then you're going to think that you're being clowned on, because that's what school did to you. So that's either what your parents did to you, that's what your friends did to you, that's what school did to you, peer pressure, external social anxiety did to you. That ain't me. I'm just asking a question. I don't want answers. I want answers. Nah, see, that's the thing. People hate being questioned. They think it's schematic. It's like, why are you just asking dumb questions now? No, I'm not. I have a question, and if you can't answer it, you're the dumb one. Because I'm asking you shit, and you don't know it. So, if you don't know it, I don't know it. Who's dumb now? Answer me that one. I ain't playing these back and forth games. I'll ask you. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's take it on the chin. It's not like an insult. It's not being mean. Just like, it's funny. Ain't if I don't know and you don't know, we're both dumb. Let's be dumb together and get to the bottom of it. Okay? It's an invitation. Let's figure this out now. But I used to get mad at it too. Like, I completely get it. And same, Daniel. Like, genuinely, it's how we have to learn. We gotta play the game to learn. How the hell are you gonna know how to play tic-tac-toe if you don't play it? You're gonna sit there and watch them. Why the fuck are you putting the X's and O's there? Is there like a code you're trying to do? No, we're just putting them in random places. Why? Like, what's the points of that? Like, oh, we're trying to win. You have to get 3 in a row. So you just put them in random places? Like, yeah, there's no strategy. No, there's a strategy. How are you gonna figure out the strategy by playing the game? I don't care how much of a visual learner you are. Until you get into the field, you ain't gonna know what you're doing. That's a whole other game that's a whole other game park. Like, so you gotta be dumb. You gotta play those roles for a second. You gotta really like stick down with it and see like, oh, so this is what's up. This is what I'm doing. And if I'm doing this, then what else could I be doing? And all these other things. And if they're doing that and I want to do that, how do I get to that? Well, do what they did. Well, I can't do what they did. Well, do what you can do. No, same, Yvette. I will ask people, do you know what you're saying? Just to make sure, because sometimes people ask me things or say things that I'm not even sure what they're asking. And I don't like to assume. I don't like to assume what people are saying unless I'm in an environment where I'm needing to. So I'll ask them, do you know what you're saying? Do you know what you want? Why don't you know? Because I'm not you. So I don't care who you think I am. I don't give a fuck if you think I'm God himself. I don't fucking know. I'm not you. I need you to tell me. I'm not gonna play that game. I'm not gonna go, I think it's that. No, bitch, I'm just gonna look at you like I'm a confused animal. And like, be like, what are you talking about? Can you explain to me? I haven't, I don't know where you're coming from with that. I don't play those games. I don't have time to play those games. Man, that's just it. We're all confused animals. Part divine, part beast, covered in bacteria that we call flesh. It's just animals, dude. That could be Fairy, one of his billions of kids. Yeah, for real. Well, that's the thing. When you don't, when you find when you, because a lot of people play that game. It is a game. It is a whole game where people try to get you to assume yourself into a fucking hole that you can't dig out of, just based off of who you are. I don't play that. I don't want to. I don't have time for your weird games. Just talk to me. We're trying to like get down to the bottom of something. Let's have like a provocative conversation. Like let's get some information. I like to know shit. I will say why so much it gets people pissed off. Exactly, Daniel. Like we have our experiences that make that form those conventions. You know. Hmm. That's weird. That's another thing. I don't want to go into that. That's a topic for another day with doctors, dude. No, they do, cause you can't ask questions. People don't like being questioned. It's like give me an answer. Don't ask me a question. You can't ask me a question with a question. You can. This is the whole thing with debating. I don't debate because people won't allow you to ask additive questions. People won't allow you to ask a question about what you're being asked, to truly get down to the bottom to see what they know while they're asking you that question. Because some people will question you without even knowing like what they're trying to hear. They just want an excuse to say no, it's this. You know, they just want an excuse to be combative, and that's completely fine. But if you don't even know what stance you're going to be taking while being combative, what are you doing? Like, I want to know what stance you're in so I know how to come into the field if we're going to do that. If I'm not able to figure out what field you're coming in, I'm not going to worry about it because I'm not in the mood to get snuck up on like that. That ain't how it is. It is. It's comparison. It's fucking competition, too. No, exactly. When you debate with people, you're supposed to be able to explain what you know fluently. The biggest problem people have with debating is saying, I don't know. Because they take that as like, oh, I'm losing. No, it's called being educated. And if you can't be educated, I don't know what you're doing here. You're not supposed to be debating if you don't want to be educated. That's the whole point of debating. Is getting two sides of the coin. Is getting seeing the opposite field and learning from it. Even if you don't comply with it or want to change your mindset to it, it's about learning that viewpoint so you can better understand what the fuck's going on in their mind and on that side of things. Yeah, dude, that's the thing, Lucy. So many people want to go to name calling, like, "Oh, you're just stupid and ugly." Like, what the fuck does that have to do anything with what we're talking about? Are you so focused on my physical body, on my appearance, my age, my gender, whatever the fuck, that you can't even tell me the topic that you're trying to talk about? What the fuck are you doing here then? This is not for you. It's like we're not in kindergarten. We're not gonna point fingers and call each other names because Charlie's picking his nose in the corner. We're here to figure some stuff out, so let's talk about it. That's the thing. Debating used to be so like, dude, you need mediators. If you're gonna debate, you need mediators who are actually going to be like neutral. So good luck finding that out here. Oh, well, let me bribe you. No, fuck off. Don't be bribing no one. You're weird. I want sane people who can debate. You can't find them randomly. You know what I mean? Because it's not. If I could literally have like a debate with someone, I would learn some things, and they would learn some things, and then we would go our separate ways, and things would be happy and dandy. You know what I mean? But instead, you just meet people like you don't know what you're talking about. You're stupid. You're wrong. You're incorrect. How? Prove to me that I'm incorrect with facts. Don't just be saying you're incorrect because you don't know and you don't want to admit that you don't fucking know either. Don't be saying that. Tell me with facts. Prove to me that I am wrong. And if you can't, then shut the fuck up until you can prove me. Because Because I don't like that game. I don't play that game. If I don't know, I'll shut the fuck up and I'll say, I don't know, tell me. But if you don't know either, I'm going right back at it. But it's a thing. I just really wish it's how it is. But regardless, I think it's funny. It really is funny. I don't I just don't have time for it. Like, debates are funny to watch for sure. I just don't have the energy or time to like be in one if it's not going to be helpful. Cuz I've literally like with today's society, people will be like, "Dude, oh no." Like they'll play like a pity card on you, and it's like, "Why are you acting this way? Why are you trying to like are you wanting to win a Grammy? Is that what you're going for? Because you're not going to, but like your acting is awful. We can tell that you don't know, and you're just trying to play this pity card to make us think it's become a mental game. It hasn't been. It's not even about like getting down to the facts anymore. It's about, can I make you feel stupid and bad about what you're saying before I do? Like, I don't know. Just admit that you don't know something. Admit that your line to study did not go as further as someone else's did, or that they took an adjacent curve that you didn't go on, and meet in the middle somewhere and just learn. Don't be calling names. Don't be cussing. Don't get yelled. Don't get mad. Don't raise your voice. Don't tell people what they are and what they aren't in debating, unless that's what you're doing. If that's part of the debate, then go for it. But don't be saying dumb shit. And don't scream over top of people. Don't think that just because you talking louder and you interrupt it means that your point getting through. No, you ignorant and you got no manners. That's what's going on. So get that clear out real quick too. You just cutting something off and say no, that's not it. Is not debating. That's called arguing. There's a huge difference between the two, and we don't play that game. Because listen, a lot of people that would like to debate, if they went into an actual professional setting with debating, they would get kicked out immediately. They wouldn't have a ground. They would not have grounds in that area at all. They'd get dismissed. They would get dismissed immediately. They wouldn't. They don't have time for that. Yeah, it just turns into a lot of noise. It really does. Because then, like, if the mediators get annoyed with it, everyone starts talking over top of each other, and it's just a bunch of bullshit. And it's like, man, like, what was the point of this? It went. It didn't even. We didn't even have like a debate. It just ended up being a cesspool. Like, what's going on? Yeah. That's very true. And a lot of people just try to get you mad. Like, you can tell. Um, you can tell when someone's trying to just make you mad during a debate. The emphasis on certain words will make it out. Sometimes the facial expressions depend, but it depends truly about the facial expressions. I'm an expressive person, so if I'm confused about what you're saying, I'm giving you a head tilt, I'm giving you a very confused look, and I'm not trying to mock you. I'm just expressive. Blame it on me being a Libra if you want. I don't know. Exactly, Joe. It's an art. It's a literal art form. Like, I've watched very good debates, and I've seen god awful. I've seen a lot of god awful ones too. But when you watch the differences between an actual good debate and a bad one, it's like a relief. Because even if the debate, like a good debate, ends still on this people still agreeing to their own terms and not learning anything, at least they had mutual respect to not like clown the other person for their belief system. You know what I mean? But modern day debating is not it at all. I never took debating class, so I don't know if the class setting is still as professional as it should be. From just a viewer, not an actual person that's gone to many debates, but just like from a viewing standpoint, I don't really know. But I would have loved to take debating class in school, because that is a skill that people need. Oh my god, like fucking, who is it? Eric Mays, dude. Anytime Eric Mays does some bullshit, that's hilarious as fuck. Anytime anyone gives that man any amount of sass, he smacks him right in the fucking face with it back. It's like, man, like y'all are asking for some shit to happen. Like you cannot be unprofessional and a professional. Well, Eric Mays is just a character anyway. I ain't gonna lie. Um, my school didn't have a class. They had a debating club, which is why I didn't want to join because it was a club. There's not going to be much like professionalism within a club setting for my high school at least. I'll preface that as well. My high school did have a huge um, swaying point on why I didn't join it as well. No, that's the thing. When they say I see your point, and then they start spitting your point, it's like, what do you want me to do? I'm not playing on your side. It's weird, but we do need professionalism is needed. You need to be professional in certain things, and to be professional just means that it's your profession to do something. You have been prolific enough to be able to do something. You're basically a master, or you're on that road to mastery when you're being professional. It's a whole thing. Now that that's different from the law term, the legal term of professionalism, of course. But like, regardless, the point still stands. If you're not going to take it serious, why are you doing it? You know what I mean? Like, people think debating is a bunch of rage bait. You know what I mean? Like, people think, oh, I'm gonna debate someone just to get them really upset, um, and see their reaction. No, that's rage baiting. That's arguing. That's child behavior. We're not trying to get down to that level. We're trying to meet like a middle ground, and even if the middle ground doesn't work, we're trying to find something that can work. Because if maybe it's two wrong individuals, maybe two other people can put their heads together on the idea and get it to work. You know what I mean? Regardless, you're just trying to form that path. Like, people just, it's like the big issue is humility. People don't want to be humiliated. They don't want to be humble. And it's because of the bullying bullshit that goes on so much. Everyone's been bullied. Everyone's been mocked and made fun of so much that it's become a sensory. It's been like a trauma response. They can't even laugh at their self anymore. They'll fall on their ass and get up and punch someone before they start laughing. They'll laugh at the fact that they punched someone because they slipped and fell in front of like 5 people. It's awful, dude. Like, just laugh at yourself. You made a mistake. You fell. You got something wrong. That's perfectly fine. Just giggle and laugh it off. It's not that serious. It's really not. Because a lot of people think that others hold on to memories for so long. Like, oh, they're always going to remember this. Well, who cares? Maybe they do. Maybe they don't remember it at all. And it's the fact that you keep bringing it up that they remember it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's a whole thing. It's we'll get there eventually. Yeah, dude. I don't cancel culture is so stupid, dude. Oh my god. I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm not going to talk about it now. Out of respect, I'm not going to talk about it. But there was a cancel culture thing that I was a witness of. I was a part of it in the sense of I was participating in an event that led up to someone getting canceled in that sort of sense. Um, but everyone who did the thing should have also been canceled because what happened, I'll describe it a little bit. I won't say names, obviously, because it could, I'm not out here fucking gonna shoot people with what's going on. But it was like 2019. Some kid got canceled on fucking Twitter as a music producer. that got canceled. He was a young kid. He was like, I think he was 24 or 25. Ended up killing himself because everyone wanted to cancel him, and he got bullied on the internet. And then tell me why a majority of the people that caused that kid to off himself by doxing him, telling him to in messages and stuff, they didn't get canceled at all. In fact, they are going around still canceling other people because they they don't feel fucking bad for being a hand in making someone off themselves. They don't want to remember that though. But I could call them out by names and shit. I don't want to. I never will because I'm not that type of person. But still, cancel culture doesn't do a damn thing. It just makes someone push their own insecurities on other people because everyone that canceled him did the exact same fucking thing that he did as well. It was just that someone found a screenshot of it. So they went around and blew it up to proportion. Everyone else's is behind closed doors. Just wait till that door opens. Then what's going to happen? Don't you remember these things? That's why I don't do that shit. Because it comes around and smacks you right in the fucking face. I was not happy about that whole thing. I disconnected from so many people, like, while that was going on and even after. It was fucking awful. I was like, no, there's no way. Because I have DMs with you saying that exact same fucking thing that you got. It was the hard R, by the way. That's what this whole thing was about. I'll say that much. But I seen people who were like telling him to do some shit by the same people that were in my DMs or in other people's DMs saying the same shit. By standards of your own operation, you should also be in that same grave as him. I'm just saying that's what you're doing to cause that reaction. That should probably be your same reaction too, because you did it as well. No one's brave enough to expose that though, unfortunately. So it's fucking awful. And that's just the music industry in a nutshell though. Let me just get real with that. It's not just like the adult music industry. It's the fucking like kids too. It's fucking awful. It's fucking Baphomet and his dumbass grip. It's awful, man. But that was an experience that I witnessed, and that was not fun. So I stopped talking to a lot of people because of that shit. It was just not okay. It was just not okay. That shit pissed me off beyond belief. Because then after it happened, everyone had the nerve. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. No, you fucking did, because you told him to in DM. So how the fuck do you mean you didn't want him to when you told him to, dumbass? Like, get real. Your actions came out in reality, and now you don't know what to do. So you putting your tail between your legs and walking away. No, I'm never going to forget you. I'm never going to forget the people that were involved in that shit. I never will. That's something like, it's kind of scarred in my brain because literally everyone who was like posting screenshots and laughing about it, then the next day felt really bad about it. It was just like, dude, what the hell's wrong with you? Like you're fucked up in the head. Like, what the hell? This just was awful, dude. Yeah, like just leave people alone. Like, who cares? If someone's gonna do that stuff, cool. If you don't like it, get away from them. Don't try and make them conform to your way of being. Just let them exist. Don't, just because you outgrew something doesn't mean everyone else has to. Let them do what they gotta do. Let them do what they gotta do. Anyway, I gotta get off. I said I was gonna get off like 20 minutes. 20 minutes. It's been like 40 minutes. But regardless, yeah, I love everyone, truly. Shit's just crazy, man. But regardless, I'm going to have a video here soon talking about egregores and servitors and a bunch of stuff like that. I've been working on notes for them. So yeah, I'm excited to get that out. Regardless though, I love you all so much. To Moon back tenfold and forever. All the links are there: email, website, donation links, whatever. I greatly appreciate being here. It's truly a wonderful time. It always is. I'll be back at it tomorrow, as always. But regardless, I love each and every one of y'all to the moon and back tenfold and forever.